Inside James May's secret life in one of Britain's tiniest, most secluded villages, and no, there's no Amazon delivery here. James May is a man of many talents, from careening around the globe in supercars on the Grand Tour with his mates Jeremy Clarkson and Richard Hammond, to having an uncanny ability to turn mundane topics into fascinating TV. But when the cameras stop rolling and the engines quiet down, the TV presenter retreats to his secret haven, a tiny, so remote it's almost hobbit-like village called Swallowcliff. And let's just say, it's as far from the glitz and glam of the Grand Tour as you can get. Nestled in the idyllic Wiltshire countryside, Swallowcliff is about as secluded as you can get without a Do Not Disturb sign. The village has no shops, no post office, no dentists, and certainly no ATMs. If you need to do something as scandalous as, say, buy groceries, you'll have to make the trek 3 miles down the road to Tisbury. That's right, 3 miles. In 2024. Imagine the horror of having to step outside your front door and walk to a shop. The audacity! But if you're wondering whether this sounds like your idea of the perfect British countryside, you might be right. In fact, there's a lot more peace and serenity here than you can shake a walking stick at. The closest thing the village has to a public service is the Royal Oak pub, where James May became a local hero in 2020 by buying shares in the place. Why? Because, as he cheekily put it, during the pandemic, he realized that if he didn't step up, he'd be publess in the middle of nowhere. And let's face it, that's a fate worse than being stuck in traffic with Jeremy Clarkson. Now, you may be thinking, what about the grand life in the countryside? Well, fear not. Swallowcliff might be remote, but it's still only a 30-minute drive from Salisbury, a city that gets as much tourist attention as a cat video on YouTube. Not only can you sip a pint in one of Wiltshire's most peaceful spots, but you can also check out nearby landmarks, including the famous Dark Sky Reserve. That means so little light pollution that even the stars might be jealous of how bright the night sky looks here. Forget city lights, Swallowcliff's night views have that romantic glow without the Instagram filter. Now, if you're thinking that James May's country life sounds all peace and quiet, don't worry, there's plenty of cheeky competition on the horizon. His good mate Jeremy Clarkson, who is always up for a bit of rivalry, decided to open his own pub in the Cotswolds in 2024. Yes, that's right. Clarkson, the man who owns a farm that people visit for fun, we're still not sure how that works, opened a pub that serves an eye-watering £75 steak, and the wine list features bottles that cost more than your entire monthly grocery bill. The place also boasts guest rooms that cost more than a night at most London hotels. It's not your average country pub. But back to May, he's got his own twist on village pub life. In 2020, he scooped up shares in the Royal Oak, and he's not shy about letting everyone know that the pub is one of just 2 that stocks his own gin brand. The other is his local in London, the Cross Keys. However, in a moment that shocked the world, well, shocked his fans, James revealed that when he's at the Royal Oak, he doesn't order a gin and tonic. No. It turns out that James has gallons of his own gin at home, so instead, he opts for a good old pint of beer, which, naturally, goes on a tab. Yes, this is how the other half lives. And the cherry on top? James even takes a pint home with him. That's right, folks, James May is that relaxed about village life. Instead of rushing through life's challenges, he leisurely enjoys a pint and then takes it home to his self-built house, which, in typical James fashion, probably looks like a super cool, slightly eccentric hideaway. So, while James may be seen cycling around the streets of West London, he knows that Swallowcliff, with its quirky charm and complete lack of modern amenities, will always be his place of peace. It's a world away from the fast-paced, full-throttle life he leads on the Grand Tour, and it's exactly the kind of escape he craves. In the end, it's clear that James May has mastered the art of living in both extremes, the exhilarating chaos of fast cars and international fame, and the serene simplicity of the British countryside. And really, who wouldn't want to live out a double life like that?